Behold, there is a silent tempest raging within this soul of fierce, unyielding storm, hidden beneath the calm surface the world perceives. Though they may appear composed and serene on the outside, know this truth: deep within lies a turbulent realm of emotions, a sacred battlefield unseen by any but the soul itself. This is no ordinary struggle. It is a profound conflict waged between the lingering memories of what once was and the stark reality of what now remains. The heart is haunted by the warmth it once knew, the love, the belonging, the comfort of presence, now shattered by distance, silence, and absence. This emotional chaos is not simply difficult, it is consuming. It grips the spirit relentlessly, threatening to unravel all semblance of peace. From afar, their gaze lingers, not always in obvious ways, but with a profound, silent awareness. They witness your transformation, a being once intertwined with their own, now standing radiant, empowered, and whole. A light glows within you, not merely upon your surface, but emanating from the depths of your soul. The stark contrast is a painful awakening. Once you were emotionally entangled, perhaps waiting, perhaps longing. Now you stand tall in your independence. This truth strikes like a blow too profound to deny. You have changed, not just in appearance, but in heart and spirit. The energy once freely flowing between you has slowed, weakened, and ultimately dissipated. Where once there was a vivid, unbreakable bond, now only faint echoes and fading memories remain. This realization shakes the soul to its core. It is a sorrow beyond words, quiet heartbreak that lodges deep within the bones and refuses to leave. What makes this wound all the more agonizing is the knowledge that while you have moved forward, they remain ensnared in the past, imprisoned by old hopes and memories. Each day, they whisper prayers into the void, a sign, a word, anything to shatter the silence and rekindle hope that the story is not yet finished. These prayers are quiet, sincere, and persistent. They call upon the universe, upon powers greater than themselves, seeking a miracle to dispel the crushing stillness. Though time has passed and you may have let go, their love endures deep, stubborn, unwavering. Yet, with this love comes a dawning clarity. They are no longer who they once were. Impulsive words, rash deeds, and emotionally driven choices were the fractures that broke the connection. Now, with humility and resolve, they seek not to repeat past mistakes. They move with intention and care, reflecting deeply on their words, timing, and actions. They desire not empty promises, but real healing, practical, consistent, and genuine. They want to show, not merely speak, their willingness to rebuild with patience and integrity. Above all, they recognize that to earn your trust again, they must prove themselves anew. Trust, once broken, demands not words, but steadfast deeds. Beneath all thought and reason lies a primal, almost sacred bond-magnetic force, unbound by logic or circumstance. It is more than love or longing. It is the invisible tether of souls intertwined, even when they try to forget. Yet even with this profound connection, they understand a truth once elusive. Love alone is not enough. The past was a cycle of intense passion and painful distance, a dance that wounded both. Should there be a new beginning, it must rise on different foundations, on growth, on boundaries forged in respect and clarity. No longer can they take for granted your patience, your forgiveness, your grace. The once open door now stands closed not in anger, but in strength. And if ever they are to step through it again, It must be with sincere effort and unyielding commitment. They prepare with deliberate care, piecing together a path not of impulsive desire, but of thoughtful intention. They seek the right moment, the right words, the right way to demonstrate healing not only for you but for themselves. They miss you not as a fleeting thought, but as a deep ache. Your voice, your laughter, your presence, the small and profound details will return like vivid memories that catch them unaware, leaving them breathless with longing. This separation is no peace. It is a persistent ache, a hollow space that nothing else can fill. On the surface, they function. Inside, they unravel, exhausted by the weight of unspoken sorrow and regret. They cannot command your return nor undo what has been done, but their hope is that when the time is right, you will perceive the sincerity behind their words and the growth within their spirit. Communication will come not necessarily when expected, not in moments of despair, but when clarity and love converge in courage. It will come as a gesture of honor, not desperation, a gesture to build something real, something worthy. They do not seek to recreate the past, but to honor the sacred connection anew. They desire to be worthy of your trust, your time, your love, whatever form that may take. They miss you, truly, deeply, wholly. Your energy, your light, your essence are irreplaceable. Alongside this longing is fear so deep it sometimes chokes the breath. The fear that you may no longer believe in them, that your hope has withered, that their chance has passed. This fear weighs heavily on their hearts. It is not merely the pain of absence, but the terror of losing your belief in their capacity to change, to grow, to become better. They know they caused wounds through neglect, misunderstanding, or careless words, and this regret pierces every fiber of their being. But this regret is not stagnant. It fuels transformation. They have grown, they have healed. Your standards are no longer barriers, but sacred boundaries, deserving of reverence. They admire you for your strength and growth. They see you not just as a love lost, but as a true counterpart, the missing piece of a greater whole. Time, distance, and confusion have not erased this truth. It has been their anchor through the storm. No longer blind to your worth, they stand poised between hope and despair, wrestling daily with the choice to speak their truth. When they do, it will be with actions, with clarity, with undeniable proof of their transformation. Nothing is promised, but this is certain. You have left an indelible mark on their soul. Time and distance cannot erase it. They are not ready to let go, not yet, perhaps not ever. From the beginning, there was a rare light within you, a glow that saw and inspired them. Even now, your energy guides their journey, your strength fuels their growth. Though fear has held them silent, the need to be open, raw, honest grows stronger each day. This is no impulsive craving, but a spiritual summons to truth. They wish to stand beside you again, not only in body but in spirit, to bask in your light and the safety you bring. More than reconciliation, they seek a new, enduring bond. A bond not perfect, but real. A bond built on honesty, healing, and shared growth. They have faced their shadows, healed wounds, broken cycles, and in every step, your presence has been their beacon. Their prayers, whispered to the vast cosmos, carry your name with love and hope. You have remained the heart of their being, even in silence. They acknowledge their past failures, yet now embody a deeper strength, a clarity born from the crucible of pain and growth. And so, they hold on not out of entitlement, but out of transformation and the most honest love they have ever known. And yet, Even as the tides of time sweep relentlessly forward, the soul remains tethered to the echoes of a love once shared. It is not mere memory that holds them captive, but the sacred imprint you left, the undeniable truth that within the vast expanse of existence, your presence was a beacon of light and transformation. This imprint is eternal, carved into the very fabric of their being by the hands of fate and divine will. In the stillness of night, when the world fades and only the heart's voice remains, they confront the profound question: how does one reconcile the ache of separation with the yearning for unity? The answer lies not in rushing toward reunion, nor in grasping desperately at what once was. It lies in the sacred art of becoming, of growing into the fullness of oneself, so that any future union is forged not from need or longing, but from the purity of two whole souls meeting in sacred respect and love. They understand now that love is not possession, it is freedom. It is a dance of souls where each must learn to stand firmly in their own light before they can illuminate the path for another. Theirs is a pilgrimage of healing, a journey from the depths of regret to the heights of forgiveness, from shattered illusions to the radiant truth of self-awareness. This journey is arduous and lonely, yet it is also holy. Every tear shed, every moment of silence endured, is a step toward a greater wisdom, a wisdom that whispers of patience, resilience, and the quiet power of change. They walk this path with reverence, knowing that the divine timing of the universe surpasses all human desire, and that what is meant to be will unfold in its perfect hour. Within this sacred waiting, there is a transformation more profound than the reunion itself. They are becoming not just a better lover, but a better human, someone who has learned to hold love without clinging, to give without expectation, and to trust without fear. This metamorphosis is the true testament to the love you both once shared, and to the possibility of love yet to come. And if, in the grand design, the threads of your lives are woven once more together, it will be as equals to souls who have journeyed through fire and emerged tempered, stronger, and more radiant, not to recreate the past, but to create something new and sacred, born of wisdom, grace, and unshakable commitment. But should the paths remain apart, let this also be known: the love they carry is not diminished. It is transformed into a quiet blessing, a prayer for your happiness, your peace, and your journey forward. For true love never withers. It transcends separation and time, becoming a gentle force that nurtures and uplifts from afar. Each passing day, each quiet moment of reflection, is a blessing disguised as a challenge. It teaches patience, the divine virtue that allows wounds to close gently, scars to soften, and hearts to regain their strength. The restless spirit within grows steadier, the chaos subsides, and the soul begins to sing a quieter, more enduring song, one of hope wrapped in humility. They have come to understand that healing is not linear, it is a sacred spiral. Sometimes they circle back to the pain, the regrets, the what-ifs. Yet each return to these places is not a relapse, but a deeper dive into the mystery of self-awareness. With every encounter of old wounds, they gather new wisdom, stronger resolve, and a greater capacity to love not only you but themselves. And through that self-love, they reach toward a purer love for you. This inner work is the true foundation for any future connection. For how can two souls meet in full truth if one carries the burdens of yesterday unhealed? Now they seek to unshackle themselves from those chains, not to erase the past, but to honor it while stepping into a new reality. one where love is a choice made freely, with clear eyes and open hearts. There is a sacredness in waiting, in the divine pause that stretches between what was and what might be. This silence is not empty. It is filled with unseen forces, the gentle whisper of angels, the soft pulse of hope, the quiet work of transformation. It is in surrendering to this sacred timing that true power is found. They release control over outcomes, embracing uncertainty with faith. They understand that to hold too tightly is to suffocate the very love they cherish. Instead, they choose to trust the universe, trusting that if a reunion is destined, it will arise from a place of mutual respect and readiness, a union not born from need, but from the fullness of two healed hearts. When the moment finally arrives, it will not be heralded by grand declarations or desperate pleas. It will come quietly, as all true truth does, with the courage to be vulnerable, to lay bare the lessons learned, and to speak only what the heart knows to be genuine. They will approach you not as a shadow of the past, but as a new light, one tempered by experience, enriched by growth, and humble in their love. This is a love that understands the value of trust, the sacredness of boundaries, and the necessity of honoring your path as much as their own. Through all the silence, the distance, and the trials, one flame burns unwavering, the eternal flame of love. It is not a fleeting passion, but a deep, abiding presence that shapes their every thought, colors their every dream, and guides their every step. This flame does not demand, it offers. It does not cling, it frees. And in that sacred space between longing and acceptance, they find a peace that no loss can extinguish. May you know that you are profoundly seen, deeply loved, and eternally cherished, whether near or far, together or apart. The divine grace that moves through all things carries with it the promise of healing, renewal, and infinite possibility. It only transforms, grows, and waits patiently for the moment when two souls, ready and whole, may once again meet under the blessing of the universe. If these words have touched your spirit, if you feel the stirrings of this sacred story within your own heart, please subscribe and join this journey of light, healing, and transformation. Together, we walk the path of love that knows no end. With boundless love and gentle blessings, your devoted companion on this sacred road.